Buongiorno a tutti, ciao, and welcome back to another episode of Alpha Simulation. Now, the last episode was all about the Immersive Calibration Pro. It was a very long video, but I received a lot of comments from people that thanks to the video, they managed finally to warp and blend their prepared 3D among the display that they had. So I'm very happy that at least for some of the people that was very helpful. If it was not helpful, sorry about that, but it was requested by a lot of people how to do it, and so I did it, and hopefully I don't have to do anymore because it was a lot of work. And now today, very short video comparing to that one. Why? Because I'm a little bit tired of waiting for Flight Simulator 2020 to wake up and provide us the multi-support similar to Prepare 3D. We don't have that. So, but there is a very simple trick that you can do to extend your Flight Simulator to the entire system, projector system, like the one I have. So I'm going to show you how to do that. However, it's all start from the file that we extracted towards the end of the previous video. So if you done that, if you follow my video, then it's fine. If you don't know how to extract those files, then you have to look at my previous video and see how that needs to be done. For all of you that already have the file extracted, and I'll show you which one I'm talking about it, then follow me. It's gonna take 10 minutes and we're gonna have the Flight Simulator 2020 in the system, 220 degrees field of view. It's not perfect, it's not really warped or blind, but at least it's much better than using Prepare 3D. And in fact, I decided to ditch Prepare 3D once and for all because this one is working. Okay, it's not the best in terms of calibration and warping, but at least the graphics for the simulator is much better, and I prefer to fly that way. So let's start. Alright everyone, so we are in my current desktop. So a couple of things to do before we start playing with software here. Make sure of course you turn on your projectors and make sure that you don't touch, I mean, this is what my suggestion. I did not touch any graphic on the projector. I leave them as they are. The only things that changed was to put them in gaming mode, and I changed the signal input as native. So native means that instead of forcing the projector to have 16.9, 1610 or 4.3, native means that whatever the signal receive is exactly how is gonna display on the projector, and I think it works much better. I tried the rest, it didn't really work for me. So but you can try with your projector. So what I'm saying is that do not change too much. The projectors are good as they are. Maybe you can change a little bit just to make it much better, but the rest of the graphic will be done by the computer. So let's do it. What we need to do, first of all, go into your NVIDIA graphic mode and control panel. Now go to configure, let's make it bigger. Yeah, go to configure surround physics and go to span display with surround. Now mine is thick because already done. So of course you will select your 3 projector. Do not select your desktop, just the 3 projector. Topology will be 1x3, and of course put them exactly as they are. Because remember, you calibrate them, and if you change these, like if you want to add 2, 3, and 4 so forth, it's gonna screw up your calibration. So leave them exactly as you left them when you calibrate with the Calibration Pro. Automatically it will calculate your recommended resolution, refresh rate. Mine should be 60 Hz, but I'm gonna change the cables because I think there is some problem with my cable at the moment. It only works with 30 Hz anyway. And then you will enable surround. Mine is already done, but you click enable surround, wait a minute or so, and it will put the 3 screen in surround. So doing that, you can close it. Next things you want to do, you just go to change resolution. Want to make sure that your surround display is showing the same resolution, frequency, and this is very important. Go to use NVIDIA color setting, choose highest, then choose YCB-CR422, which is better than RGB. If you can, go to the highest output color depth that you have, and this one will be stay limit, and then click apply. Mine is already done. Now what it does is the increase the color, make it much more beautiful, corresponding to what Flight Simulator is all about. If you leave this in default color setting, you will notice the color will be little bit washed out, and it's not didn't work very well for me again, but you can try, you can play around and so forth. What else? Okay, go to the next, adjust desktop color setting. Again, you don't need to touch your computer, just the surround display. By default these are 50-50 and 1. Do not touch that unless you have to. Remember that if you increase, for example, the brightness and contrast in the morning, it looks very good, but when you go into the nighttime it looks better, or vice versa. Okay, so you got to make sure that you find a midway that work both for night flight or morning flight and so forth. Mine, I left it exactly as it is. The only things I did, I changed from 50% to 75% the digital vibrance, which make my green greener, my red a little bit more red, and so forth, just to give a little bit more colorful, and that's it. I didn't change any, so the only thing I changed was this one. Again, you can play with that. So the important is to do the surround, then the rest it's all about your graphic and play around, and nothing. Then the other things, just make sure yes, you just want to make sure that you are now in surround mode, so you can see the 3 projectors are now into one big screen now. I think there is nothing else to do. Yep, that's it. So this one you can actually close, you don't need this anymore. You can also go into your display setting and you can see that you are in surround mode. Okay, so we can close this as well. Then open your Immersive Display Pro. Let's start from 0. So when you open, you will see in fact, let's do something. I'm gonna just exit completely, and I'm gonna reopen. Okay, this is better. So again, let's just put this, no projector. So again, this is your desktop PC, and these are the 3 projectors now as one big display. So all you need to do is right click, extend calibration, pro calib, go to config. Now I'm not going to explain this was explained on my previous video, but go to config and you will see these files. Before, when we were using view group, you had to choose multi-projector 1 for projector 1, for projector 2 and 3 and so forth. Now you don't need to use this, there is only multi and single. Multi should be the one actually to be used for, because that's for simulation. However, with Flight Simulator 2020 it does not work. The only one that works is single. So at the moment, maybe I heard that in July they're gonna release the new the first multi-display supports, and hopefully things are gonna get better. But anyway, at the moment the only one that works is single, so click single and open. So now automatically will divide into 3, but don't worry, this is only for the Immersive Display Pro. Your display are still in surround, and nothing. You just you done it, you minimize. Remember, this needs to be open. Couple of people ask me what's the difference between Windows Desktop and this desktop warping. To be honest, for this case, you can either choose desktop warping or Windows desktop warping, or both of them on.
doesn't make any difference. I tried. The only things that did not work, if you try NVIDIA native warping, it did not work for Flight Simulator. So leave them enable, or you can choose one or the other one. It works anyway. So minimize, and guys, you are done. All you need to do now is to start the Flight Simulator.
Okay, so I selected my ProSim 737 flight model, and I selected just one of the runway, which is Milan Linate. This is you do everything basically on your desktop. What you need to do now is to transfer this to the projector system. At the moment, just to show you, I don't see anything. It's just my logo and that's it. So we need to transfer this to there. Very easy to do. And this is very useful because every time you need to do a change, it's very difficult to do in projector, using the projector system. Why don't you transfer here, do whatever you need to change, for example, option, change airplane, whatever, and then transfer back. That's how I do it. So three things you need to use: Windows key, Shift, and then in my time, because my projector monitor surround is to the right, I will use this arrow key. When I want to bring it back, I will use the opposite. So once again, Shift, Windows key, Shift, and then the arrow. I need both hands to do it, but I'll just point this for a second. I'm gonna transfer. There you go. So when you transfer, everything go to the next section. So now when we go here, sorry the mess, here we have the full I'm gonna go through my stairs so I can show you. We have the full Fly Simulator 2020 blend, and not really warped, but blend as much as possible to my 220 degrees. Now remember, you still have to work on that, but actually one of my projects is to move those two projectors better, because what I noticed is that the two lights actually get distorted because one goes to another one and so forth. I don't know, too difficult to explain, but I'm gonna change it to make it better. But just so you see from here, sorry the mess, I'm still working on my simulator. So basically this is what you will see. Now a lot of people say that you see stretch. I think they're talking about the using the display, the desktop display, because for me I don't see stretch at all. It looks very good to me, and that's it. And you can see quite center with the cockpit. Now once my projector will be moved, the sides graphic will be much better. It will be as good as that and bright, because at the moment, again, I think that's where I found out where the issue is, because this is darker and this is darker and this is not. I think it's because the way I position. But guys, much better than Prepare 3D. I'm gonna ditch Prepare 3D for good. That's what I said, and that's it. And that's what you do. Now, just to show you, let's suppose you want to change plane or you want to change airport. Very difficult to do from there with a mouse. So what you can do, I'll put a, remember in this case, Windows Shift and then right key. Now I put this down again. There you go. And you are here, and then you can go into your option. You can use the mouse, you can change and everything like that. Now, just to show you what I have in terms of my graphics. So I have full screen. This is the native 4K that I have. Obviously, I leave this for 100. You can put up to 110, but I think 100 is fine. And then I have everything else. I have pretty much on ultra. So the highest that can possibly go, I have everything ultra high, ultra, and it goes quite good. So that's what what I use, and of course I have the photogrammetry on and so forth. So that's all I use. Don't expect on the projectors to see exactly the same graphic this. You will never get this. I don't care if you buy a 4K or 8K, you will never get to this light. And this is what I said in the beginning. If you want to use the projector, be aware that it gives you the illusion of being inside a space because the distance, but the graphic will never be as good as a monitor. I mean, this is spectacular. And by the way, I installed the Zynertech enhanced graphic to make the airport a little bit more realistic, so I suggest you to do so. It's only 14 euro anyway. That's all. Yep, that's all from me.